And welcome into another episode of the Delco Duo. I'm one half of the Delco Duo, Monica Cryan.
And I'm Jenna Meisner, the other half of the Delco Duo. Thanks so much for joining us on your Saturday night. Hopefully your weekend's been fun.
Yes.
Coming down from all the sugar after Halloween.
And we're not just talking kids. Like, me and Jenna are coming down from a sugar high.
I think everyone has a sugar hangover at this point. And now it's turkey time.
I'm just grossed out by it. Like, the beginning of Halloween is fun. By the end, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm like over candy. I find it disgusting now. You know what I mean?
And that's what we're talking about in the debrief. So let's get to it.
Our Halloween hangover. I'm still into chocolate, but like the fruity candy is disgusting to me now. Like licorice.
I think licorice anytime
No.
is disgusting. I don't like licorice.
I go hard for licorice in the beginning of Halloween, and now by the end.
Do a lot of houses even give out Twizzlers anymore?
Stop it. Stop it. Yes. Twizzlers are delicious for the first.
No, I like them.
For the first part of Halloween, and then after that, I'm like, I can't even.
I used to like to bite off the two sides of it and make it a straw.
That and Dr. Pepper is a delicacy.
Okay, I've never tried it. Well, I don't love Dr. Peppers. That's probably why I've never tried it, but
Put it with licorice and it's delish.
I just feel so bad though, because now everyone said, well, Friday, it's the Christmas season. Mm-hmm. The turkey doesn't even get its chance to sort of shine, but it's November. I mean, can you believe it's November? We're in it. It's turkey time. I actually, for the first time this year, bought a Thanksgiving decoration. I didn't even own any Thanksgiving decorations.
What is that?
It's a wicker turkey. Go figure.
Are they in? Is it cute?
It's definitely cute. I'll have to get a picture.
So it's a wicker turkey and you put it like at the center of the table?
No, it's more so like when you walk in my foyer, the entryway, the foyer.
Foyer?
The entryway table, it'll just be there. It's like a cute little.
That is cute. Yeah, you gotta give
wicker rattan? What is it?
Yeah.
What's that word?
Rattan?
Right?
No, that sounds
That's how you say it.
Rattan?
Rattan. We have a live studio audience this evening. Kelsey's over there. But I don't think it's rattan. Rattan.
No, I know what you're saying. I have a mirror like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get back to you on that.
But wait, real quick. Yes. What are you planning on doing for Christmas?
Our studio audience is being very distracting.
What are your plans for rattan?
Rattan. Got it.
Sounds
that was very important that we figured that out.
That does sound really classy.
Rattan. Like baton. Oh, there she is.
She can join us because she lives in Delco.
She does live in Delco. And she filled in during my maternity leave. Like, she's honorary Delco Duo member. So
she can't really be on full time because she wasn't born in Delco.
She wears socks with shoes. So
yes.
That's like, it's good.
But so what are your big plans for the holiday?
I just realized what I said. She wears socks with
shoes.
Slides. Not everyone wears socks with shoes. You know what I mean? Like the Adidas slides. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Get to your question. You've been trying to ask me for the last minute now.
What are your plans for the holidays? Like,
I don't know.
You had to ask me last year. You were like, what?
Well, we'll fly to see my in-laws because they live in New Hampshire.
That's a good one.
And then we normally are local Christmas because.
Are you going to do the Westchester Railroad?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like Christmas Day.
No. Like, like the big things that
yes, I want to do that. The cruise is older this year. So November is the time to like get all the experiences done. It's giving me stress. I don't need to think about that right now.
Okay. All right. We might try and do Hershey. Okay. They have like Candy Cane Lane or something in Hershey. We might try and add that.
And lights.
Lights and stuff. And like,
I normally go to Monica actually because you are like have the Excel sheet with like the days and times and tickets, and you organize that all for your family. So if you could organize it for my family, that would be great.
Because you got to start getting the tickets now. It's wild out there.
All right, let's get to the first issue of the evening. Of course, we are here to solve your problems. You submit them, and then we anonymously talk about them on the Delco Duo.
Okay, first one, Adam from Alden. My daughter was accepted into her dream Ivy League college. We were all so excited for her first semester, but almost immediately she started calling home upset about how hard her curriculum was. She feels like she doesn't belong in the same classes as others and wants to unenroll.
Ivy League or not,
Yeah.
I think this is so common for freshman semester. I don't think, yes, Ivy League, has the what's the word I'm thinking of? Like Ivy League has
Reputation.
the clout.
Yeah,
has the clout behind it, the reputation behind it. But I think every single other college students are feeling this way.
Every college has this. It's so hard. College is college for a reason. It's so difficult.
Really difficult though, because it's more than just the curriculum. It's like learning how to live on your own for the first time in a dorm. You're, figuring out your meals.
Yes.
You have to figure out sort of the balance between like being an adult on your own, but also still being a student, like partying.
Yes.
And I don't know how much partying happens at an Ivy League. I went to Temple, so very different.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like you go to Temple, and I think that's the thing is like, when I went to Penn State, it was really, really hard. But everybody's there, and it's not that there's nothing else to do, but like she's probably feeling like I want to go somewhere else. It'll be easier. But when we went to Penn State Temple, there was nowhere else to go. You know what I mean? It's not like we would go somewhere else and it would be easier. You know what I mean? There's nowhere else to go. College is college. It's hard. Every college is hard. Just push, push, push.
That's what I would say. As a parent, advice, Adam, that you can give your daughter is stick it out at least the rest of the year. Let's reset, because we're in that time of year now where it's already like the end of the first semester. Like we're about to be having the finals, and then they go home for the holidays. Reset over that break. And spring semester could be different. Maybe it's just the classes you are taking. Maybe the classes are just difficult. You can't give up just yet. You have to. You got to push through at least a year.
And here's my recommendation: C's get degrees. 1 for your core classes. It's terrible. I know. It sounds terrible.
The gen eds.
Your gen eds.
The general education classes that are so stupid that everyone has to take.
Get A's in those. Make those the easy classes to get A's in. So that ups your GPA, right? So your core classes that you have to take and are so difficult, those are the ones that are going to kind of take your GPA down. But your gen eds, make those the fluff pieces that get your GPA up.
Maybe it's not even the curriculum. Maybe the major you've chosen is not for you. Maybe if you're struggling with it, maybe freshman year, you do not have to decide what you want to be when you graduate college.
But,
take a deep breath.
It's so annoying. All of these kids are in Ivy League. They're all acting like they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing either. Yes.
I can't speak to the Ivy League pressure, but I can imagine that it's like, just picture, that annoying person in your high school class that's like asking the teacher that she didn't assign the homework. What's the homework? Like, I just feel like those are a lot of like the Ivy League kids.
Jenna and I are saying we can't speak to the Ivy League, going to Penn State, going to Temple. I went to the Ivy League of Meteorology. You went to a very good school for communications where everybody was, biting at each other to be the best. Yep. You know what I mean?
We went to the Ivy League of our majors.
Yes, exactly. So it gets really competitive. Everybody's acting like they know what they're doing, but they don't. It's imposter syndrome, what your daughter is feeling right now. Tell her that nobody really knows what they're doing and just pretend, fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. We're still doing that. Okay, coming up next, we're talking about financial problems in a relationship.
So scary.
And if you can survive them. Stay with us.
Now we're going through all the really good communication schools. And of course, everybody here can name all the good ones.
Well, because you meet in the industry. You meet people from Newhouse, Syracuse, Northwestern. So there's a lot of great communication schools out there.
Would you like to know the good meteorology schools?
I would love to know them.
Okay. You've got Oklahoma. Wasn't going there. FSU. Florida State.
Mm-hmm. I know what FSU is.
Okay.
Thanks.
I wasn't sure if there was another FSU out there. Okay, those are really it. Oklahoma, FSU. And then there's Valpo State or something. I don't know, Valparaiso State.
Is there another state that starts with F besides from Florida? There's not.
Okay, FSU. Got it. All right, FSU.
Right?
That's it. Those were the big ones.
Thank you so much for your contribution, Monica. That was quite enlightening.
Yes.
Let's get to our second issue of the evening. Sally from C. Kane husband. Yikes.
Oh my gosh, this is so scary. My husband's credit card debt continues to grow, even though I have asked repeatedly for him to get it under control. We have already gone to marriage counseling and it didn't seem to help. I have no interest in going back. He acts like the growing debt is no big deal, but I am ready to throw in the towel.
Then throw it in, Sally.
Yeah?
Throw it in.
Okay.
She doesn't want to go back to marriage counseling.
Which, is interesting? Doesn't want to go back to marriage counseling because, let's be honest, marriage counseling costs money.
Yes.
So now that's going to continue to grow this problem. And I understand you should try and help this problem with, if there's a problem in your marriage, you should try and help it with counseling. But if the problem is money and throwing more money at the problem, that's
I'm
hard.
sorry,
That's hard.
the money can't buy happiness. That's a bunch of BS. Because I feel like if you're having money problems in your relationship, you can't sustain a marriage on happiness alone. You just can't.
Right.
You can't. You need to be financially stable because that's going to bring you happiness in different avenues. There's so much more. I hate the money can't buy you happiness. Well, if you're having financial problems in your marriage,
it can certainly make you upset.
Yes.
If you don't, it can make you upset if you're spending it stupidly. You know what I mean? If you're not being responsible about it, it can make your relationship very upset.
Read somewhere, I forget where I read it, that financial instability or financial problems is the number one reason people get divorced.
Well, my pop-up had a saying. It's like the 3 S's, or I can only remember 2. It was
okay.
And I don't want to talk about it because this is my pop-up.
Well, you already brought it up. So what are the 2 S's?
Sex.
Okay.
And then he would do this. And it was the S symbol for money.
Okay. No. And then what was the 3rd S? You said you can't remember, but what was the context? These S's are what?
That would be your biggest problems in marriage.
Sex, money, and we don't know what the last one is.
No, I gotta call my dad. I forget.
Because he's passed, right?
Yeah. Pops is gone.
Rest in peace, Pops.
But it might have been something like kids or something, but how is that S?
Siblings.
Siblings or
I don't know. I'm trying to think of S words that
means family or something, but
okay.
I can't remember.
But no, yes, that makes sense. I also think financial cheating is a big thing. So if you have a lot of investments or you have a Bitcoin and one of the parties in your marriage sells that and they don't consult you, or
absolutely
someone who makes all the financial decisions, that's another big reason why people get divorced. So debt to me is more than a reason to.
I've actually really thought that. I feel bad because I know that sounds terrible, but
you continue. It says debt continues to grow even though I asked him repeatedly to get it under control. This is not I went into debt one-time thing. Right. He's just continuing.
I sometimes feel like financial cheating is sometimes worse than
actual cheating. Well, you're a little.
I know, I'm a little weird about that.
You're a little flexible when it comes to cheating. And
I know. But
you're not a swinger or anything, but you.
No, I've never cheated in any way in my marriage. But
thank you for clarifying.
But I just find it so much scarier because you're putting your whole family at such a risk. You're putting your children at a risk. You're putting your cars. You're putting your house. You're putting your education, your children's education at such a risk when you financially can't get your life together. But when you are cheating, with a person,
ego's at risk. Still family and kids.
Your kids can still go to school. Your kids can still live. Your kids can still
hate you.
They just hate you. But they still can have a warm bed at night. You know what I mean? That's what's so scary about financial cheating is that you don't have a stable life.
And the fact that she also writes, he acts like it's not a big deal. That's even more of a concern. You're not, if you are one thing, apologetic, you're understanding that this is jeopardizing a lot, then I'm going to be a little bit more lenient with trying to work it out.
What she needs to just make sure though, it's over, Sally, because you need to get your family's life in order. But Sally, you have to make sure though that you are not contributing to this. Are you making sure that you're keeping your credit card debt in order.
And are
you're
you
not
contributing in any of it?
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, we've got one of our own issues to talk about on the Delco Duo. Will it be Monica or me? Make sure you stay with us.
And welcome back to the Delco Duo, solving your issues. Now it's time for one of ours. You can find all of our episodes on our website, phl17.com, on YouTube, and on Spotify.
Yep.
All right.
And you saw some from many years ago. It's really fun to see the
wouldn't-
progression of the show. Don't go back too far.
Don't go back too far.
What's happening here?
Let's save it to about a year and a half ago. You get to 2 years ago, lighting looks weird.
That's our roots, okay?
All right, fine.
Don't make remarks on where
I don't know if I was that wise back then.
We've just really gotten much better
caught our flow.
at advice.
Caught our flow.
Okay, I've got a problem. Well,
Meisner needs an advisor.
I guess I technically don't have a problem. My mom has
God
a problem.
forbid Jenna should have.
No, I have plenty of problems, and I have told you about them many a times. But this one is just really recent. Happened a couple days ago, like fresh in the mind.
Okay.
So my mom went to a coffee shop / eatery local in Delco. I'm not going to name it, but it's not the most poppin' place. Like every time I've been in there, there's been a couple of people. Like it's not one of those places that where like you wait a long time or the tables are always packed. Like it's a place looking for business. I'll just say it that way.
Okay.
So she went in there, and we always talk about how much my mom loves Wawa. So she always has a Wawa.
She's kind of trying to frequent a mom and pop shop.
I guess it's mom and pop, sure. But we have been in there multiple times during the week. There's one woman in particular that works there that my mom loves, and they are always chatting and whatnot. So she doesn't go in as much on the weekends, but this particular Sunday had gone in, and she always has Wawa coffee. And I remember even as a kid, like when we would go to diners and whatnot, like she was always bringing her Wawa coffee in, and that's just
what she is.
And no one's ever said anything about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they don't like that. That's what she's bringing in, but. So she was standing at the counter, and the woman that was working that particular day said, "Are you done with that?" Like that. Like, "Are you done with that?" And my mom was kind of taken aback, and she was like, "Oh, no, we're actually just going to get food." And she goes, "Yeah, but we are a coffee shop," and like was very like curt about it, like real sassy. So my mom was like, I was holding the menu and I put it down like this and I said, "We're going."
Oh.
I was like, "Mom." And she's like, "Yeah, we left." And she's like, "And I'm going back today to tell this was during the week." She's like, "I'm going back today to tell my person what happened." Cause like that really, she said there was one other person in there. You think that they would want that business. Like we were coming in to order breakfast. Like we weren't, going to get coffee, whatnot, but we were coming in there to order breakfast. So before I do the follow up of the story, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, a paying customer is always right. Is always right. You know what I mean?
No, I understand.
If she had been nice about it, like and said, "Do you want me to take that?"
Or like, "Hey, we actually don't allow outside coffee because this place makes our own coffee. So we actually don't allow you to bring." I think it was the tone.
Yeah.
That really said it.
I think she could have stopped at, "Hey, do you want me to throw that away?" Because maybe she thought it was empty, and then stopped there. But the fact that she said, "Well, we are a coffee shop," like.
But you're more than that. You're a restaurant too.
Yeah.
So my mom went back. She wanted me to go with her, and I said, "No, I'm not coming with you on this. No, I don't need to go viral on social media."
Fight your own battle, Flynn.
She's like, "You don't want to get lunch with me?" And I'm like, "No, I do not." So she texted me, and she said she talked to her girl, and her girl told her to write a review online. So my mom wrote a review, and I'm going to read you what she said. I gotta find it.
Who told her to write a review?
The woman that works there. Told her to write a review. My mom can barely text us, so how she knew how to write a review is beyond me. But she gave the place 5 stars. So I'm like, "Mom, clearly you don't know how this review is supposed to work." No. So she gave it 5 stars. It has her name. I said, "You couldn't think of a fake name?" Has her name. It says, "Love this place. Blank is the best." I don't want to say the woman's name. Blank is the best with a million exclamation points. "Unfortunately, the weekend help on Sunday, not so much. Very rude and turned us away. There was only one person in the place, so she should have wanted the business. Won't be going back on the weekends and have heard the same from other patrons." What other patrons have you talked to, Mom? I really think she made that part up.
Understand what a 5-star rating means?
So she wrote that with a 5-star rating.
Oh my God, that is so contradictory.
She's
5-star means we'll go
I
back
don't think
for every instance ever.
But the woman she likes, I don't think she wanted to like harm her livelihood. So I think that's why she was like, love this place, blank's the best. But so I'm like, Mom, that's like a 3-star.
That's a 3-star. I was going to say that's a 3-star.
You don't get 5.
Love
now
this,
they're still gonna,
but
it's still gonna go into their like whatever their Google rating or their Yelp or whatever it is.
If I'm someone reading that review, I'm
confused. I'm like,
so
this
confused.
This woman needs help. She's confused, and she does. She is confused, but I just
at
was
least
curious.
you're honest, Lynn. But wow,
5 stars, but don't go there.
5 stars, but really 3, 3.5 at best.
All right.
But yeah, I do think that that was not right of the woman at the front.
Both of them are wrong. My mom shouldn't have brought the outside coffee, but she should have been nicer.
She just shouldn't have written a review. She should have just.
It's there now.
Okay.
All right, coming up next, we've got trivia, and this is in honor of Veterans Day, as we're now in November. So what percentage of Delco's population are veterans? All right, so I was actually surprised because before the show, I asked Monica, what percentage of Delco's population are veterans? And she got it right.
Yes.
Like really accurate.
Right on the nose. I said 5%.
And that's the answer, about 5%. So give or take, of course, with like the census, it's not always going to be 100% accurate.
Right.
But in Delaware County, there's over 22,000 veterans.
Okay.
Pennsylvania, actually a big state for veterans. I think it's like the 4th largest in the country.
Amazing.
Texas is number 1, I believe. I think a lot of veterans are in Texas. But
This ain't Texas.
over 8,000 of those total veterans were from the Vietnam War. So that was just breaking it down and like where they served.
22,000 in total.
Yeah, but that's amazing. So thank you to all of our veterans. Of course, Veterans Day is coming up. So a lot of different events and resources within Delaware County. So we can't thank you enough for your service. It is very much appreciated.
Including my brother.
Yeah, Ronnie. Shout out to Ronnie. He was a Marine.
Yes.
Yeah, now he's
in Afghanistan.
So I guess what is it technically now? Because he's done, right?
Yeah, he's done. He's a civilian now.
Civilian. Yep. Okay.
A weird civilian.
Yeah, well, he served us well.
He was better as a Marine.
I feel like everybody in Delco, like, a veteran, whether it's like someone in your family. I feel like everybody's grandfather.
My
times
pop-up.
were different. You were
both my pop-ups.
Yeah.
Were.
Same with me. I had 2 grandfathers. So again, very important to acknowledge all of that.
Yep.
Delco Duo at phl17.com. That is the best way to reach us. And we got an influx of emails with people wanting a Delco Duo hat. So we read your emails. If you're thinking you guys haven't even mentioned that, we saw them. We're working on it. We are working on how to get them to everybody.
Best do it. We're trying to figure out how to.
We might host an event where you can come out, maybe somewhere in Delco, and we'll also be handing them out. Monica and I
meet and greet.
Maybe dropping some off randomly. You might see us on your front lawn, possibly. So
for the Delco ones.
For the Delco people. Sorry for.
And shout out to everybody non-Delco.
Yeah, a lot of people not from Delco.
We love you guys. Thank you.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Have a good one.